All right, everyone, welcome to day one of Minor 3 of the Calling All Heroes Rising series. We've got a great series of matches for you here today. I'm Zooey at Kaz With me in the booth is the one, the only Ready Player Maddie. I pointed in the wrong direction, but don't worry about that. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I think we have some really excited matches to see here. Looks like we're gonna have MWW. Words are hard. Cats versus Sakura Mochi over here for our first
Yeah,
match.
that will be our first match. Of course, this is I think, our biggest Rising event possibly ever. We have 16 teams ready to square off and compete for that title, but we only get to see a select few of them today. We'll see 6 teams today. Uh, we're not going to duplicate teams today, and we're probably not going to duplicate them tomorrow. But either way, we are going to take you over to look at the roster of Sakura Mochi, I believe, right now. So let's take a look at that. And as we see, we've got Hoopa on the tank, Fastyu and Kitty Cleric making up the DPS line, and Patroclus and Akechi on that support line.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna be seeing some possibly some diva comps, some really good dive comps here.
That is
With
what
that
there is.
diva and
Yeah.
with this backline here, it makes up a great dive comp.
Yeah, very, very well could happen. But of course, now we got to take it over to their opponent, UWM Cats, one of 2 UWM teams we've got competing here. Hopefully, we'll get kitties on broadcast, or kittens. I think it's kittens on broadcast for you later. Shout out to FastQ for showing the Winston, even though they're on DPS. I respect it.
Massive respect to the Winston player for playing DPS.
Yeah.
And,
We will.
and excuse me, sorry about that.
Do
Go
not
on.
worry. We will probably get you the UWM Cats roster in just a moment. I believe we are. Here it is, in fact. As Spicy is showing us the ever honorable Reinhard Wilhelm. I got Meow and Ari. I believe that's how you pronounce that for the DPS line, and Distinctish and Melon Lord making up that support line.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna possibly be seeing a lot of brawl from this team. Possibly some kind of hybrid brawl and dive.
Possibly
And yeah,
some kind. I mean, you can run a Reinhardt dive. It's probably not the optimal way to do things, but you can make it work. And if there's a backline that can make a Reinhardt dive style work, I would probably say it would be something akin to Ana Lifeweaver.
I definitely agree with that choice. I'm really excited to see these teams.
Yeah.
2 new teams to the rising scene.
And yeah, they will be squaring off on Busan for our first map. As not all these players are new. We know, Melon Lord and Patroclus, and I believe you've even seen Klabila, although I don't think they're in right now in around the scene before. But here we are loading into Busan Sanctuary, the most open of the Busan points. What do you think we might see here?
From the looks of it, it looks like we're seeing very, very interesting comps here. It looks like Hoopa is going to be opting for that Sigma on Mochi and a more dive-esque comp from Cats here, with the Diva, the Tracer, and the Genji.
It looks like Akachi might actually be walking out on this Zenyatta. Very interesting choice. Not a hero we see a ton of, but with this very pokey Sigma style, definitely a threat to both of these flankers, the Genji and the Tracer, as well as that Diva.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have teams setting up on opposite sides of the map here. Hoopa opting for that point control,
Yeah, some
as
early
well as
poking going
Fastio.
down, but no one making a move just yet as they get a catchy set up by this little temple here. Looks like UWM Cats are going for the long rotation, perhaps trying to find their way to the Zenyatta, but a good counter rotate occurring for Sakura Mochi. They will flip the point first. very cagey so far, but it looks like Cats are ready to go. The rock is thrown. I don't believe it connects. Discord onto Spicy, taking a lot of damage. Good look onto the Discord, but not keep the mech. The sleep does connect onto Hoopa, but there's no follow-up without this Diva mech, and this might just be the fight over already. Hard to do anything without that Diva mech.
Yeah, and then we see the picks coming in from Fastq and Hoopa against Spicy and Distinguish. And then Melon Lord as well. I believe this will be a backup for the Cats.
Yeah, definitely a rough engage there. Spicy took a lot of damage early, and that is going to be a big threat. You know, they can't DM this Sigma Rock, so if they get caught by it while they're discorded, it's almost a guaranteed DMech, but here we go again. They're boosting forward, taking over this drum. Discord applied. They're going to take a moment, get that cleansed, as we see Ari getting set up over here with Melon, looking for an offender with this Juno, sticking with the DPS, but oh, Klabila flattens Meow. Nothing remains of that Tracer, and it's not a good start for UWM Cats. This Nano is close. If Melon Lord can build it, they might be able to turn this, but Spicy needs to keep that mech and cannot do so. The rock comes through, Ari falls, and that's going to be another reset.
Yeah, that's gonna be a really unfortunate reset there. But they did lose Fastq, so it's possible if Cats resets fast enough that they can engage here. We're yeah, an interesting swap, but still playing this sort of brawly style.
We're going to touch. It will probably be Ari to do so. The sleep from Melon connects, probably saves their life. The Nano deployed onto this Orisa. Gravitic Flux being deployed. Deadeye as well catches the Stink Dish. Not a good start if you're Cats. Spicy falls, manages to get Fastq low enough that Ari can clean them up. Ari also picks up the Juno as soon as they deploy that Orbital Ray. Blade is pulled. The Transcendence is popped an answer. Ari trying to live until the reinforcements can arrive. Falls now. Is there any other touches? No, and it will be 100-0 on round 1 for Sakura Mochi.
Yeah, the very good first point from Sakura Mochi over here. It looks like we're gonna be going over to, I believe this is City Center?
Yes, this is City Center.
It looks like we're gonna be swapping over to the Queen for Hoopa and the Ash for Meow. But it and Lucio for, yeah, it looks like we're going for a very interesting Queen comp with the Ash instead of Cass or Sojourn here for Mochi, excuse me, and then this same kind of dive, but with a Mercy. Interesting. I did not notice that swap before.
I think it was last second, but it looks like this Mercy and Ash are going to be kind of a concession to the threat of a Widowmaker. Of course, Sakura Mochi we know is not running one, but no way for UWM Cats to know that. As the fight is now underway, a couple good dynamite connections here from Meow, but it's Hoopa pushing forward. Spicy still struggling to stay in that mech, but a couple nice shots on Fastq force out this deflect. Fighting now moves inside to this Mega Room. It's Patroclus and Klabila to fall early. Meow doing so much damage, already 33% of the way to the Bob. It's just the tank and Fastq on this Genji, as it's probably not going to be long before they clean up, and this cap is already underway.
Yeah, a very interesting first fight there from both teams. It looks like we're gonna possibly be coming up on a Queen ult within the next couple fights here. And the next closest ult being that Mercy ult on the opposite side from Melon. Yeah. I wonder how they're gonna use this Valkyrie.
It's a very good sustain ultimate. There's a lot of options, but a lot of poke taken already from Sakura Mochi on the engage. Forces out the amp of Patroclus, and the pressure is unrelenting as Klabila will fall to Distinctish, and now things are starting to come apart. Hoopa's falling very low. The Suzu is used from UWM Cats. That's their major defensive resource, and the shout is sent out. But Distinctish now laying down the Kitsune Rush. No hope for Hoopa or Akechi. Both are run over by this Diva, and this is a much better point already for Cats.
Yeah, this is a much better point for cats, excuse me. It's a much more dive oriented point on the map, which I believe suits this diva a lot.
Yeah, it does. It does
Um,
feel like they have a much better grasp on how to play on this point. Self-destruct and Valk available. Bob and Blade not far behind, but Mochi is not without answers. Spicy, maybe getting a little too aggressive, not quite realizing that Hoopa was back on the Diva. I thought I heard a D-Mech go through, but no, both Divas just about keeping their mech in for now. Bob thrown into the back line as Spicy lays down the self-destruct on the point, able to get back into mech. No kills found so far. Tell a lie. Glabella falls to the Bob. Ari wins the Genji duel, and Mochi's gonna have to back up again.
yeah, I'm really interested to see if they possibly Kasune Blade here. It's a very strong ultimate, and their only real answer to that, a cat's answer
Cats are
to
going
that
very
is
aggressive here.
possibly.
I like this. Trying to catch Sacramotion before they can use ults of their own. No kills found, but a lot of damage. The Kitsune Rush expires and the beat is dropped, but not in time to save Akechi. The blade slices through Meow, but Hoopa not quite able to get that self-destruct in time. They lose the mech. The res is thrown into Meow, but with no one help them, Distinctish will fall. Trades flying with fury, but Spicy is still healthy on this point and ripping Mochi apart.
A very intense
Oh,
point
cats.
here from both teams.
Somebody was Mochi.
Score 1-1.
Me when I just like say the wrong team, say the right team name, correct myself, and then say the wrong team name. Either way.
Either way, now we're gonna be looking at the brawl-oriented point of this map. It looks like we're gonna be seeing from Mochi your very typical brawl comp with Orisa, a Casa, and Venture here with that Brig and excuse me, Juno backline, where we're keeping the exact same comp for cats.
Not the most dive favored point here. We'll have to see how cats want to play this. They still have this Mercy, so it doesn't seem like they're looking to play this in a more brawl style, whereas Mochi, like you said, this comp is all about brawling. Walking forward already, Distinctish falling low, able to be healed up. The Juno torpedoes come in, but don't find a ton of value. A good wall catches Meow. Can they save them? No. No joy for them as cleanup starting to come through. Can Ari do anything? They cannot, and will be Sakuramochi getting the point first.
I believe so. I think they're more inclined to. There goes the cat point. They're holding this choke very well, it seems like, and that's what they intend on doing, the entire time.
Yeah.
Which it will be hard for this diva comp to push through that Orisa there.
No ults online just yet. Hoopa's Terra Surge is the closest. Wall misses from Clabella as both teams content to trade cooldowns for now, but there's the engage as Spicy flies in the backline. It did come through from Fascu. The Susan keeps Spicy in back in the mech for but a moment. That's kind of what is the expected result of a diva trying to push that choke against an Orisa.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. It looks like we're gonna have a lot of ults. Excuse me, a lot of ults online though from both teams. We're gonna be very close to this Kasune Blade again. We have a Kasune.
Ooh, quick rotate from Cats. Gets them out of the choke. Deadeye coming through. Doesn't find anyone. Arlen now with, or Ari now with this blade. Looking to maybe for an opportunity to pull it. Still no kills coming through, but a lot of low health bars on both sides. The slice and dice finds one, finds two, finds three. All backliners now down for Cats. It's just this Orisa. There will be a consolation pick for Hoopa, but quickly fixed up by the good old mistake eraser of Melon Lord.
On Cats though, they had to use so many ults to get that. They only have this Diva Bomb online now versus, you know, the very close Orisa ult. And this
Ooh, Ari gets caught by that Terra Surge, not the start you're looking for. If your Cats definitely wants Spicy definitely wants to eat this blizzard, but it looks like Mochi doesn't want to give them the chance to. Self-destruct to get the fresh mech will keep those hopes alive. Distinctish being hounded by Hoopa, but good support from Melon Lord. Will pretend Klabella got booped as the brawl continues on the point. Still under control of Cats, but they're able to spin Spicy off the point just for a moment and flip the control. Spicy now losing mech, and I think Cats probably need to look to reset here.
Yeah, it was unfortunate to lose the people that they did early, but they swap over to the Sojourn here
Zarya.
and the Zarya. This is a very interesting comp from
Melon Lord pops the valve. Looks like she wants to touch. She's being the one to touch. Can she make it? Not quite. I believe there was a whip shot through, and that will hold the Mercy off the point. And Sakura Mochi takes a very competitive map 1. I think we're in for a good series.
I think we're in for a great series, possibly going to a map 3. And we see the blade here just destroying everyone.
It definitely looked to me like Cats is far more comfortable in the dive, and they did very well when they played the dive on Downtown, which is a very dive-oriented map. Struggled obviously on Mecha Base, but you know, with how they looked on Sanctuary, I was a bit worried for how this series was headed, but you know, looks like that was just a warm-up point for them. As our next map, I believe, is a hybrid map.
I believe you are correct there. We will find out which hybrid
map.
out of
Hollywood, Kings Row, and Midtown are our options.
Yes.
So you definitely want to take Mochi to a dive-centric map if you're Cats, which makes me think we're probably going to see Hollywood, don't you?
Yeah, I would assume Hollywood, maybe Midtown, but I would if you're a dive-oriented team, I would definitely go with Hollywood.
We are actually now getting word that it is in fact Midtown selected by UWM Cats. I can see it. You know, it is not a bad dive map. And it might favor the Diva a little bit more with some of the tighter sight lines and shorter distances than you might want the Winston on Hollywood. So perhaps that was their thinking, but either way, I think we're going to be getting into map 2 in just a moment.
Yeah, just one moment. We're probably gonna be seeing this Diva again from Cats. I don't know what to expect from Mochi, but possibly their own Diva of sorts.
Definitely still run that Orisa comp here though, couldn't they?
They definitely could. It's not impossible. But against that Diva, and it might be just slightly more difficult. And look, we have pigeons.
Let's go.
The pigeons. We love our observers.
Yeah, our observers are great. I believe today our observer crew is Orange and Casey, or is it Orange and Mochi? I'm not entirely sure if Casey is assisting with production today or taking part in the observer feed. But Mochi on the defense first are going to be walking out on a Sigma Zen comp, the same one we saw in Sanctuary, I believe.
I believe you're correct. Yeah. And then for Cats, it looks like we're going to be seeing the Orisa come out with that Widowmaker. Are we being trolled, or are they actually going to play this Widowmaker?
Widowmaker's very strong right now, and there's a lot of good sightlines on this map. I would not be surprised to see it. What I am especially excited to see is the Life Weaver. Thank you very much for that, Melon Lord.
Ooh, I'm excited to see this Life Weaver here. With the Jade gun, that's gorgeous.
Running the Cleric skin from the Diablo collab back in the day, I believe, as Hands are forced early from Hoopa. Perhaps an opportunity here for UWM Cats, but seemingly very wary of this high ground position fire station Klabella has. Oh, this is cheeky. Using the pedal platform to peek over the train. Ari trying to find an angle, puts Patroclus very low, but can't secure the kill.
Yeah, this choke is probably going to be very hard for this Orisa with the constant yeah rocks from Hoopa here, and that Zen Discord is going to be
Hands are forced.
devastating.
Hands are forced again. Meow finds the shot they were looking for. Klabella taken down as Spicy looks to push forward with this spear spin, taking a lot of damage, not able to be sustained, not a mountain of throughput here from this backline of Distinctish and Melon Lord, but another good headshot from Meow keeps this fight going. Hoopa very low. Can Ari find the angle? No, the shield is good enough, but this has nonetheless led to a lot of positioning for UWM Cats as they start pressing up this fire truck. Fast Q has been taken out. No DPS currently on the field for Sakuramochi, and Meow is farming. Another headshot sends Patroclus back to spawn, and point position is all UWM Cats.
Yeah, Cats is popping this Widow Walls here, which gives them very good insight of where this enemy team is.
The tree was used to stop the recontest. What a smart play from Melon Lord.
I was not expecting that use of ult at all. Seeing this Orisa ult coming online very soon, as well as the Soj ult and the orbital ray. Excuse me.
Yeah. The Reign of Terror is finally ended, but the cart will automatically push through these doors as it has, and there's a lot of ultimates online for UWM Cats. Spicy, maybe not where they'd like to be, but now they're like to be here. The overclock pop in combination with its orbital ray. Transcendence from Ari will answer, but they've given up a lot of space. Deadeye coming through, they know there's no spear to stop them. They put Spicy very low, and the Discord Orb and the Zen shots are enough to finish them off. Pressing forward is Hoopa, trying to kill this Life Weaver. As I stumble over my words, they will have to be contested with Ari, though.
Yeah, with this Bob coming online, a great contest tool if need be, or you could possibly throw it at this high ground and you know, get that backline pressure.
Very aggressive angle taken here from Fastq. Has to be careful not to get rotated on, but does make the good rotate. Patroclus will pop their orbital ray, but Spicy walks straight in and pops the Terror Surge. Not quite enough to keep themselves alive, as Melon Lord had already gone down. Meow does find Patroclus, so there's an opportunity here nonetheless for UWM Cats after a quick regroup.
Yeah, we still have this Bob online. I wonder how they're gonna use this Bob, with it being their only ultimate from Mochi.
There it goes, thrown at the cart. Will give UWM Cats pause, which should be long enough for Patroclus to return to the fight. Very cagey engagement from both sides here, but there's what they were looking for. Meow finds another one. Meow is all over this map. Very low is Spicy, but the tree will give them all the HP they could want. Not the case for Hoopa, as they have nothing left to sustain them, and Spicy walking up to this high ground, dominating all the space.
Yeah, this Orisa just is such a commanding force. Like, anywhere this Orisa is, you just cannot stand. And it's... Yeah, that was really unfortunate. I would consider that cyberbullying, personally.
They do have their Widow pushing the cart, which is very interesting. I would think you'd want the Widow set up here and the Soj pushing cart, but either way, the teams look to clash again. Transcendence available for Sakuramochi, but Distinctish almost has this orbital ray. Ari going low, but it's still Meow on cart. Are we gonna? Okay. Eventually, they just decide to kill Meow to stop the push, which does in fact work. But UWM Cats is not done here. Klabella falls. Orbital Ray and Transcendence are traded as the Fortify is popped from Spicy to keep themselves healthy. Fastq under a lot of pressure as Hoopa pops this Gravitic Flux. Deadeye to try to find someone in the Flux, but they will be run down by Spicy as the OC from Ari looks to clean things up. Terror Surge will make it a target-rich environment. Cats bully their way into third.
Yeah, a lot of ults used to though. I would not recommend using that many ults, but we do have a Life Weaver tree coming up soon. No teams have ultimates though, so I suppose it was a good investment.
She off the Zen and onto the Kiriko. Hoopla also moving over to that Orisa as the teams square off once again. Keep your eyes on Meow off on the right of the screen, looking for those shots. Ari has a full rail, lets it go onto Hoopla, but not that much damage. The Orisa is one of the toughest characters in the game. Fast Q taking an aggressive angle, but forced back by that disruption shot. Golds are traded by the Orisa, and the Orbital Ray is committed from Patroclus to keep their tank in it. Now pushing forward with this Ray. The torpedoes are let loose, but no one falls. Very dangerous position for this Life Weaver with the rejuvenating dash will give them the HP and distance they need if these teams look to reset this fight.
Yeah, this Life Weaver tree could be the make or break. They have like a minute and a half left to push this point all the way through. This we're quickly approaching on last fight territory. In the next couple fights here.
Favela on the Tracer looking to stop Meow's reign of terror, but the tree will give them pause. So a lot of healing, and now they're invisible no matter where they are. Spicy falling so low. The Terror Surge in the backline finds 4. Doesn't kill 4, but does enough as Spicy had already fallen, and now 1 minute left on the timer.
Yeah, this 1 minute is crucial. Yeah, that's a very interesting spot from Hoopa. Using that pedal to get up there. We're seeing Melon swap over to the Moira now.
Favela working with this Pulse Bomb, probably looking for Distinctish, but I think they take anyone they can get. There's the triple blink. The Pulse Bomb goes wide, and Ari is able to dodge it, as is Meow. Now the OC gets popped, and Favela is stuck in a dangerous situation, half HP with no recall. UWM Cats are going to decide to ignore her as they walk forward with this overclock, driving the core of Mochi back. Patroclus takes a big shot, able to scamper away behind that billboard though. The Deadeye is cancelled with the spear, and the cooldowns are running out for Mochi. Desperately trying to keep Hoopa alive, gets the spin back, but the Terror Surge in response drives HP lower and lower for Mochi. No one's still falling. The Klabella and Fastkey both fall. Oh, the Orbital Ray not enough to stop this onslaught from UWM Cats as they march forward. Spicy has to be careful, taking a lot of damage in this Orbital Rays. Fastkey will be running back out of the Spencer, trying to get here quick. Meow and Spicy taken out by the sniper Kiriko. OT taking away as UWM Cats is running out of players. A good push will get them to this corner, but will not get them all the way, as Sakura Mochi will stop them at 77.92 meters.
Very intense overtime there. Both teams showing great promise. I'm really excited to see how this attack goes from Mochi and how this defense goes for Cats. Possibly. Oops, sorry.
You're good. Very winnable here for UWM Cats. They pushed. I mean, really, point 2 is the hardest one on this point. Getting a full cap on point 2 and good distance into point 3. It's not impossible to overcome. It's not even the hardest map to do it on, but it's still not easy. I would argue Cats are probably favored after that offense to win this map, but it's a lot of Overwatch left to be played on this map.
Yeah, so much Overwatch, and we get more pigeons. We're seeing we're seeing these Orisa comps again. Melon Lord on this Ana, and distinguished, excuse me, on this Mercy here. Well, we're seeing the Widow and Venture on Mochi. Very
now has moved over to the Ashe.
Yeah, very interesting comps here. I'm very excited to see how they play this.
It is a Mercy pocketed Ashe once again, so that one-shot threat is still there onto 225 HP heroes. I'm not sure if it can one-shot 250 off the top of my head, though.
I'm not sure either, I'm gonna be honest with you, but as we see the Mochi quickly approaching to take this fight.
Yeah, very early fortify forced here from Spicy, but Fast Q will fall to the rail of Ari, and looks like Sakamochi aren't that interested in sticking around without their venture.
Yeah, this that early pick really the momentum that they had even gained in the first place was rough, and Melon Lord trying to crouch in the corner looking for cheeky nades here.
That shot onto Spicy will open things up. Hoopa now getting bullied into laundry, but Spicy has to give up the chase. Their team can't see them in there. And now it's Fast Q's turn to do the bullying as Hoopa cleans up their opposite number. No chance for a res. Not with a Hoopa this in the face, and it will just be the supports diving onto point to trade their lives for a couple seconds. There is a recontest potential if UWM Cats want to go for it.
If not, then we're looking at capping first with 2 minutes to spare, which gives them 5 minutes to push this fully through.
Meow back onto the Widow and Distinctish moving onto that Kiriko. Clearly not happy with how that pocketed Ash felt. Is Bella taking a chingy angle here, gets caught by Ari. That was not intentional from Ari, I don't think.
Yeah, dive bombing that Widow on Sojourn is a very good but interesting play, coming up on this Nano as well. And the site's being popped.
Gives them the advantage over Meow, but they still have to get through Spicy, who has a lot of HP. There is a Nano available from Melon Lord as Fast Q goes into the backline. The Burrow comes through and takes them to the high ground. Nano onto Spicy though, Akechi falls, and now the rest of the backline is under threat. Fast Q desperately holding on for life through that Angie nade, will not be able to live, and very good Nano usage from Melon Lord there secures UWM Cats some stability.
Yeah, and this Orisa on Mochi pushing forward a little bit to try and gain some ground, but not too much as they wait for their team.
Meow hits an early headshot onto Hoopa as the team's trying to go very aggressive. Akechi gets caught by a disruptor shot after a full charge body shot. Meow is traded, but without a support and a tank, it's not looking good for Mochi. They are able to pick up Melon Lord, but Distinctish still provides a lot of healing, but there's no one for them to provide healing to as Klabella finds a clean shot onto Spicy. A very quick and bloody fight, but the cart will start moving once again.
Hoopa switching over to this Winston. I'm wondering what's with this sudden comp swap.
Melon Lord also onto the Mercy, but no swaps on the deep. Oh, sorry, me when I'm looking at the wrong team. No, I'm looking at the right team. Wait, no, I'm not. Good lord. Clavella finds Melon Lord, but has to gives their life to Meow. Meow says, anything you can do, I can do better, as they drop a Catchy. Hoopa trying to find an angle, but there's not much for them to do here. Spicy eating up a lot of space. I don't see what this Winston's diving on.
Yeah, all we're seeing is Sniper Monkey right now. Are they possibly considering diving this Widow? I don't think that's possible.
I mean, you can try it, but the Widow's gonna be playing so far back and has the Kiriko and Mercy for heal. Ults online for both teams. The Kitsune rushes laid down in mirror first. Terror Surge will be popped by Spicy as they fall lower and lower, but the tectonic shock in the Kitsune rush is so much damage. There is a overclock running, but there will be no kills from it. Res comes through, and they're able to keep Distinctish alive. Tell alive, Distinctish is run down. Klabella loses the duel to Meow, and Meow finds a second. Meow is the hero for UWM Cats right now as they find another body shot and but sending them very low. There will be no Primal Rage in this fight, and holding on to the Infra Sight and the Orbital Ray, Mochi will retreat for now.
Yeah, with Cats used so many ults in that fight though, with only this Valkyrie kind of online and within the next fight. Well, Mochi has several ultimates online. The swapping over to this Tracer as well. Looks like they're gonna commit to this dive.
Yeah, Klabella keeping the Widow, probably a concession both to Meow and the fact that they have Infrasight and Meow doesn't. There it is. It's popped as these Widows. Meow gonna having to play very careful. Klabella tries to get aggressive. Klabella eats a spear from its Spicy and can't survive. That's a disaster for Mochi. They pop the Orbital Ray to try to salvage this, and Melanor does fall. Ari now under a lot of pressure, nothing they can do to live, but Meow finds Patroclus. It's still anyone's game here. Distinctish running for their life from this Winston, but there's so much pressure on the Hoopa from It's Spicy. Primal Rage is popped as they go onto Meow, throwing them back into their own spawn, but Distinctish wins the Kiriko duel. Oh, while Hoopa's paying so much attention to the Widow, the rest of their team is losing the fight. Clabella trades the Kiriko, but there is still this Mercy and the Reds will come through. Fast Q, felled by this Orisa, and under a minute now, from 5 minutes coming into this point, is Sakramochi.
Yeah, this looks very winnable for Mochi here on this defense, but the Cats still have 30 seconds left.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
sorry.
points for Mochi. The closest is Fast Q's Pulse Bomb. Pulse Bombs have won fights before and they will win fights in the future, but can they win this fight with a Valkyrie, a Terra Surge, an Overclock, and Infrasight about to be online? Here comes the dive. Hoopa, a little short of where they wanted to be, and someone has to stay on this card at all times with Sakura Mochi. Their initial press is good, but there's no way for Hoopa to live in this 1v4. Spicy decides to go back. Fast Q can't get the Pulse Bomb off, and this is it. This is over. Map 2, UKM Cats.
Yeah, very, very intense map here. It looks like we're still fighting and everyone falls. Yeah, I predicted the going to map 3 here, and it looks like I was correct. This is a very intense first match here.
Very, very competitive series. I think we're seeing two teams that could maybe not be at the top of the bracket, but definitely challenge some of those teams, like Lava Lilies Rising, that, played very strong in our last tournament. The Lava Lilies, of course, I believe our second place team from the last major, but I think these are two teams that are going to be early contenders for perhaps some dark horse runs going into bracket stage, assuming they keep this form up.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what I believe it's Escort that they pick next that we're gonna see here.
It is indeed Escort between the choices of Circuit Royale, Watchpoint Gibraltar, and Shambali Monastery.
Both these teams really seeming to like that Orisa there. With them liking that Orisa, this Shambali Monastery might be their best bet here. But
Mochi has 1.1 when they were able to punish UWM Cat's dive. Now, that's not really something I don't think you can map pick around. You can't map pick around baiting the enemy team to play a comp, really. So I'm kind of inclined to agree. I think Shambali Monastery is probably the best neutral map for these teams. You have to feel like Gibraltar favors UWM Cats given their dive prowess, and Circuit's just a wild card with how Meow performed. I wouldn't want to test Meow on Circuit.
yeah, I would be very scared of that Meow Widowmaker. They were just...
Oh, apparently we're actually doing push, as our producer has apparently given us false information for the map rotation. But it will be Runa Sapi picked over Esperanza or Coliseo.
Yeah, the very, very interesting pick for both these teams. We're probably going to be seeing a lot of brawl here. Possibly this Orisa still? Excuse me, maybe even a JQ if they're feeling spicy.
Maybe. Usually when you want to play dive, you would go to Esperanza. Coliseo, nobody really picks Coliseo, I'm going to be honest. I don't remember the last time I see a team pick Coliseo. If you want to play dive, you go Runa Sapi. If you want to play... if you want to play brawl, you go Runa Sapi. If you want to play dive, you go Esperanza. So we'll have to see what these teams want. Do either of them play the JQ that you mentioned, or do we see both teams still running the Orisa?
I wonder what we're going to be seeing here. I'm very interested to see what goes on here with these comps. I would like to see some JQ, but if we see this Orisa, I'm still going to be happy.
Big Cube doesn't have a terrible matchup into Orisa, to be completely honest. The spear spin is really the only thing the Orisa can use to like fully shut down the JQ. The single spear just doesn't do enough most of the time. So we'll have to see if either of these teams feel like gambling on that Junker Queen, or if both of them want to go back to what's been working, especially for UWM Cats in this Orisa.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see these comps. It looks like we have some llamas. Some llamas on the screen here for our viewing entertainment as we wait for these comps to come out.
Do you know
It,
Alari's llama's name is Chunyo?
I did.
Well,
I
now you
love.
know too, chat.
It looks like Mochi is going to be playing this JQ here with a very typical JQ comp versus this Orisa comp with
Yeah,
the Genji.
Genji Tracer, a very aggressive DPS line. And then you've got the Juno, still very strong after those nerfs, protected by this Brigand on the other side. Is this Genji a kind of a concession to the thought that Sakuramochi might be running these kind of DPS, do you think?
Maybe. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if Meow changes to the cast at some point as well to counter these flankers.
He's been squaring off early in the middle. The Mega Pack position is taken over by Mochi, but it won't do Clobella much good as they're felled by a railgun. Able to trade for Distinctish is fast Q, but it costs them their own life, and they still have Melon Lord on this Moira pumping out the heals. Low HP is spicy, but this Moira is so much healing and they can't cut through it. Mochi, early positional advantage, but not any cart progress to show for it just yet. As UWM Cats push back forward, Patroclus taken very low. Oh, ultimately will cast the Akechi actually caught by the rail. The dash comes through. Both Genjis trading dashes and deflects. Very low as UWM Cats. They would really love another pick, otherwise they're at danger of losing someone. They're able to stabilize very nicely though. Such a cagey back and forth, or so far from these two teams. The knife connects. The Rampage is almost ready. I would not be surprised to see it ripped as soon as it's online. Here we go. Oh, perhaps setting up for this Rampage. Patroclus fell, but there's the Rampage. It's huge. It connects onto all five. They lose Meow, but everyone else survives. There's also still this Coalescence if they want to use it, but that doesn't look like they think they need to. Maybe a miscue as Hoopa's still here, winning a 4v1 at present. Now trying to run down Distinctish. The TP will get them away. First card progress is to the side of UWM Cats. Can Hoopa win here? No, that's a brutal stagger.
Yeah, that was a really, really unfortunate stagger there. We're seeing so many ults online for these teams already, and looks like we're swapping over to this Winston for Mochi here.
Not a terrible choice. Definitely, I mean, you're probably looking to dive Meow, but they do have that slide, and we've seen Meow be very good about using it. There's the dive through the Juno ring. Very aggressive, looking for Distinctish. The TP will take them out, but the Tsuzu also had to be expended. Orbital Rush traded for both the Kitsune and the Coalescence, but you don't really care about that Coalescence. It builds so fast as some feed troubles hopefully doesn't cause us too many issues. And UWM Cats, the double support ults prove enough to burn through this Pulse Bomb and Orbital Ray, and that will get them checkpoints. And
yeah, this
not
is
looking good early for Mochi as Clobella will go over to that Cassidy.
and we're seeing this this D.Va come out from Hoopa as well.
I do like the D.Va, to be completely honest.
Yeah, into this comp with 6 minutes still remaining, anything that can break this momentum from the Orisa comp.
I think Fast Cube got a little too aggressive there. Couldn't be saved by Akechi. Now momentum swings back in favor of UWM Cats. Again, they have the pick advantage. They have the poke advantage. Meow has a rail, and they've been so accurate with these, and they flatten Patroclus as the blade comes through. They also steal Clobella out from under Ari's nose as UWM Cats is going to get to this archway, and they're still 0 meters from Mochi.
They have this blade and this rally and possibly this orbital ride to break this momentum. Can they do it, do you think?
Oh, they need to rally popped early, but a good disengage from Cats. Very clever there, just letting the rally run its course. They have all the meterage they could ever ask for. And now the teams square off again. What can Meow find with his overclock? The blade popped first. The Suzu denies the first swipe. The second swipe doesn't connect either, but Melon Lord will not be able to live forever as Sakamochi is finally able to get the bot moving in their direction.
Yeah, so that was such an intense fight there. Using just that break ult there to break that choke. Excuse me.
Fast Q on the Tracer now.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna be seeing some dive from Mochi still leaning into it with that Tracer pick.
Double support ults and a Terra Surge for UWM Cats this fight, though. They're going to be so hard to shift, but here goes Mochi. The Orbital Ray is deployed. The Torpedoes connect well. No ult expended. The Coalescence can't save Meow, though. But it looks like UWM Cats aren't interested in calling it here. The Kitsune Rush goes rolling, and the Terra Surge does a lot of damage onto Hoopa. The recall forced in the background. Fastcue being chased out. Oh, the self-destruct goes through, just barely able to be dodged by Spicy as they hop onto that high guard. Checkpoint still not secured from Mochi as Fastcube falls. Spicy can't live though, run over by Hoopa as the overclock is sent out. Oh, low health bars, can they connect? They find Klabella, can they find Patroclus? It doesn't look like they can, never mind. They do find Ari. Might not be enough. It is just the supports here for Cats. But Patroclus having some trouble here. The TP, unfortunately, for Distinctish was not as safe as they might like, but it will finally be checkpoint for Mochi, and they've still got time to make this comeback happen.
Yeah, I want to see this comeback, but I'm happy with either team winning. We have this blade coming online from Cats. Very soon.
Patroclus taking a lot of pressure, great discipline to hold onto that rally. Pops it now that UWM Cats is more engaged. The smash onto Spicy will spell their death as this bot is going to continue to move forward, but it wasn't all for none. But UWM Cats spent so heavily in the fight before that they still don't have many ultimates, whereas Sakuramochi have 4 ultimates to try to take this lead.
Yeah, there's so many ultimates coming online for Mochi or actively online versus just a blade and a Cole.
Early self-destruct to try to force some space. I think they got what they wanted. Now Klabella goes for the pulse, will not connect onto Distinctish, and unfortunately for them, doesn't enforce the Suzu. Deadeye rolling from down main now. Can they get anyone? No, but it puts Spicy so low that the bash from Patroclus finishes them off. 10 meters separate these teams as Mochi surges forward. They want this lead, and I don't think there's much UWM Cats are going to be able to do without Melon Lord and Spicy. Distinctish desperately trying to keep themselves alive. Lays down the Kitsune Rush as the lead flips. Blade rolling through in this orbital ray, but there's so much damage onto them. They can't survive. They put everyone very low now. So now the Coalescence picking up one, but it needs more. Our Cats need another kill. They find it onto Patroclus. The Zarya now in play for Spicy, a big threat to Hoopa, but also a big damage sponge that could potentially fall here. But they're able to beam Hoopa out of mech as the fight continues in fury. Fastcue is back. Do they go for the second pulse bomb? They will not. 10-meter lead now for Mochi.
Yeah, with 2 minutes left, excuse me. I want to see how they play this, having that Mercy and Zarya with no speed.
Yeah, I think they're kind of expecting Mochi to go onto them, which doesn't feel like a bad expectation to me.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see how Hoopa plays against the Zarya now with as much charge as she has.
That grab is a big threat coming up, and the mech is failed. The self-destruct will come through, and it catches Ari. That's not what you'd like to see. Spicy falling very low, chooses to hold the grab. They have enough time to make that work, but losing that fight hurts as now the bot is going to walk right back to Cat spawn.
Yeah, really, really unfortunate here having that rally come online as well as that Deadeye, uh, for Mochi, and then having a grab and a overclock for Cats here.
Cats want to
Uh,
spend as little as possible to get this bot back. Bot walked up to the checkpoint, but Cats aren't interested in giving them any more lead. Mochi doesn't mind. Time is on their side, and there's the overclock from Meow. The defense matrix rinsed in their face, but the bubble is able to keep them up, and then so much damage onto Hoopa's mech. Forced to retreat, still in mech, but with no armor now. There's very limited survivability. Not quite what they were hoping for out of that overclock, but it does get them a bunch of space. Now the Valk gets sent out as they continue to push forward. Ult's now coming online for Mochi, though. Do they choose to respond? And yes, the old array laid down, and the grab comes through, not able to be eaten, but Ari is caught by the Deadeye. The flash from Clabello on the flank claims another one. Time is running out. Can Cats even get another touch?
I don't think they do, and I think with them stopping pushing
Wow.
point here, there is no touch that comes
What
in.
a comeback from Sakura Mochi on this map to win the series. They were down 115 meters to 0 and end up winning 125 to 115. That's some iron hard mental.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with this team here. Very very excited to see how they play the rest of this tournament.
Absolutely. I do not think we've seen the last of UWM Cats. I think it's very likely we'll see them in our knockout stage. I believe that's next weekend, although there might be a week break. I'm not 100% certain.
I believe you are correct in there being a week break there. But this match was or this match this series was so competitive for both sides. These teams felt very evenly matched. I'm very excited to see how both these teams play in the future against other teams.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, that is this match over, but very fortunately, there's still two more matches to go, as we will be taking you onto a quick break as we figure out who's going to be on broadcast next.
My screen just went
All
black.
right, welcome. All right, welcome back, everyone. This is match 2 of 3 for day 1 of Calling All Heroes Rising Series Major 3 Group Stage. That's a mouthful, isn't it? This time we've got UWM again for you, but it's UWM Kittens this time. They will be going up against Andromeda Rising.
Yeah, sorry, my end is a little bit glitched right now.
Oh dear. We have been having some small tech issues today. Hopefully we'll get to fix my co-caster here in just a moment. But, you know, Andromeda Rising has a lot of familiar names on their team with the likes of Nacho Toast, Anna, and Arietta, but a little bit less familiar is UKM Kittens. I believe we do have the Andromeda Rising roster here for you first in just a moment, though. As
Uh,
Yeah, there it is. Hopefully we get our feeds fixed in just a moment. It shouldn't be that long. But as you can see, Nacho Toast on that tank, rocking the Torbjorn. I'm watching you. Moonlights and the French Dino on DPS, and Arietta and Anna on that support line. As
uh, yes, so I wish I could see the comps, but
yeah.
from what I'm hearing, it sounds like some very interesting comps we might see from Andromeda Rising here.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. When you're rocking Torb as your tank, Widow and May on the DPS line, and Kiri and Lucy on the support line, the only ones I believe are your supports. So we'll have to see what Andromeda Rising actually wants to run out on. I've played with Toast and casted Toast a few times before. They tend to favor those more brawl-oriented tanks. Anna is a very talented Lucio player, so I would not be surprised to see this team favor some brawl. As we'll get you the UWM Kittens roster in just a moment here.
Yeah, it looks like I also fixed my feed, so
Oh,
I can actually
excellent.
see what's going on
We've
now.
we've
It
got
looks like we
Angel as the tank, Death and Toy Spit on the DPS line, and Seabum and Lessie on that support line.
yeah, it looks like we're gonna be seeing some possibly some more diva from the kittens, excuse me. Possibly some kind of brawl with that Bastion pick.
It could happen, yeah.
Uh, very interesting comps we're gonna be seeing here. I'm very excited to see what happens
Yeah,
with
see
these
how it all
comps.
shakes. Be very interested to see how this all shakes out, as it looks like Ilios will be our first map. I think first map might be predetermined, but I'm finding out at the same time you are. So we'll get you into the action in just a moment as we're getting teams set up in lobby. So do not worry, you're not missing anything. And it will be Ruins first, it looks like.
Yeah, possibly gonna be seeing this Widow come out, from, I
Either
forgot
side,
which
really.
team had a Widow. I believe
It
that
was
was
Andromeda
Andromeda.
Rising. Yes, Andromeda Rising. It was Moonlights who had the Widow listed.
Oh, it looks like I'm wrong. It looks like Kitties is gonna be running all their signature heroes
They are
on
at
the
least
comp
rocking
here.
out with them in spawn. We'll have to see if they're just baiting us, but it would be an interesting comp. On the other side, a very classic dive comp from Andromeda Rising. You know, the Genji, the Tracer, Winston. Nothing we haven't seen and loved before, but it looks like this is actually what UWM Kittens are gonna rock out with, and you know what? I'm excited.
I'm very excited to see how they run this. Um, these are such very interesting heroes that normally don't work well together.
I mean, we've seen one-trick teams make weirder comps work before, and this is Rising Series, so you know, there's a little bit of extra wiggle room to play those weird off-meta picks that you just happen to be really good at. But Leshy gets dived on very early, and ah, Death does manage to pick up Arietta, but first fight is decisively for Andromeda Rising.
Yeah, very unfortunate first picks on the side of kittens here. Excuse me. Um, And a very
It's a
clean looking
late
fight
DMAC.
from Andromeda.
Yeah, as they're gonna push in here again with that Bastion turret form, get them a little bit of respect, but they still don't have their Diva in mech here. But now the Reaper is Toy-Spit, so looking to counter this dive as they're getting run at by Moonlights here. Is actually looks like uh, so we've got sorry, I am losing my mind because it's actually Adrian on tank on Andromeda Rising, and I didn't notice that until now. But Death Pup will fall, and this dive is just so clean from Andromeda Rising.
Yeah, and that was a very clean blink melee animation cancel from Moonlights there. We're coming up on this pulse bomb and this primal and this blade from Andromeda Rising. Kittens.
Ramatra now being brought out as
Ooh.
I'm not sure I like that. I feel like the Diva is better anti-dive, but we'll have to see how they want to make it work. As they're gonna rotate into this small room near the coast. Moonlight still lurking behind, I believe unscattered. The pulse bomb is stuck and it catches both supports in a small corner. No escape. I believe it was Leslie that was stuck, but no way for Serum or C-Bomb to get away, excuse me. And not
And
looking good early for Kittens.
yeah, very unfortunate uh pick off there with the pulse bomb. It looks like we're gonna be having a lot of ults coming online for Andromeda, excuse me, Rising.
And the Valk
With
is
that.
popped, but it's not enough to keep Sebum alive. Now Lessie has to touch, and they will make it there. Everyone's so low, they have no DPS. The beat is through on the other side. A good attempt on the res, but that will be 100-0 on Ruins for Andromeda Rising.
Yeah, really rough first point for Kittens here. Um, Possibly could have seen an entire comp swap to some kind of anti-dive there instead of the Ramatra and the Reaper there. Um,
Does very much feel like they're trying to work around Death Pup and a potential Pocket Bastion one trick type of pick here out of them. But we'll have to see. I mean, clearly they've practiced together before, and they have found some success with this in some situations. So they're gonna keep it rolling as we rush out onto Lighthouse.
yeah, looks like we're seeing a swap from Death actually to that Reaper who's gonna be coming in so late.
Yeah, not ideal there, but definitely something they can still make work. But not with how clean Aiden's been leading this dive. They go very low themselves, but it's been a tough go, I think, for Kittens.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate to see. Uh, I looking like we're running some kind of like diva brawl here, which I do not hate, but I do not
Can
know
work.
if it will. I do not know if it will work into this such a coordinated dive though.
Yeah, like we said in the opening, Andromeda Rising is a team that has a lot of experience together, and they're very much showing that right now. As UWM Kittens is new to our Rising series, and we are very glad to have them. But I don't think I don't think Andromeda wants them in their lobby. As another dive comes through, better defended this time. Toy Spit can't quite survive though, and neither can Leshin. They are definitely improving. That was a much better fight, and it got them the point flip, but unfortunately still not quite enough to win out.
Yeah. Um. It's it
Tough
I
situation.
yeah. You can tell it's really tough for kids. I can't even speak.
Yeah. They are putting forth a good effort though, and that is very much something we're seeing. Like this is a team that probably has recognized they're not favored in this series and is was very much saying we are going to take as much flesh off of Andromeda Rising as we can, and they're doing their best. They are clearly a well coached team and just a new team, and I hope we'll see them next time because I think they can be a lot better. Beat dropped early here, answered by that Kitsune rush. Team's falling early. Adrian forced to use that primal. Big pulse again from Moonlights. This time takes out Death Pop. Up as without him, it looks like UW Kids are going to try to regroup for one more fight, but they're getting staggered, and Andromeda Rising is so disciplined on these staggers.
Yeah, it looks
Oh,
like
that
it.
self-destruct.
Yeah, this
It gets
Diva
them back in a
Bomb.
mech. Very impressive. That'll get them this overtime. Almost definitely. It'll be very hard to kill this Diva and her baby form before the overtime is triggered. And it looks like they're just going to kind of keep her in their back pocket as Leshy and Death's Pup arrive. Is there anything here? Death's Pup can't build up that Death Blossom that could have potentially been their key to winning it. A much better second round for UWM Kittens, but unfortunately not enough to take it as 100-13 will be the final score on Lighthouse as Andromeda Rising takes the map.
Yeah, really, really good performance from Andromeda here, and Kittens just having a rough time into that dive.
Coordinated highlight intro. Did you see the coordinated victory poses with all
I
the
did that.
Seraphim ones?
I did. That was really, 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 really nice. Yeah, this was a massive pulse bomb and just a massive
Yeah.
play from Moonlights here.
I
Um,
mean, Moonlights and Adrian were both doing so well, and the French Dino and the support line following up, of course. But looking at UWM Kittens, they clearly know what their style is. They're trying to flex around this kind of like brawl centric style with a diva, ideally, or a ram, and it is working from them from time to time, and they definitely have a lot of potential. Now, the sad truth is it's probably not going to carry through in this series, but they definitely have potential to keep themselves off the bottom of the leaderboard in this tournament and come back strong in the next Rising tournament and maybe make even more noise.
yeah, I'm very, very excited to see how this what seems to be like a brawl centric team does with this next map. We'll be going on to
Hybrid.
excuse me, hybrid.
I mean, we
Possibly
are. Yeah.
possibly a King's Row pick from Kids for since they like that brawl a lot.
It does feel likely that given their already demonstrated preference for a brawlier style and just how good Andromeda is on this dive, not impossible to dive on Kings Row, of course, just tricky, especially in streets and on third, but it does feel likely we will see Kings Row, and we do now have confirmation that Kittens has picked Kings Row.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see how Kittens plays this this brawl on King's Row here. It's known to be a Reinhardt map as well as a Ramatra map. If they choose to play either of those characters, it's possible that we're going to be seeing that Ramatra from
Roger
Kittens.
did get I mean, that's kind of a nerf. The Blizzard will say it's a rework. I think the community has come to the consensus that it's a nerf with no longer being able to penetrate shields, but now does deal significantly increased damage to shields. But we will see. The Ramatra from Kittens did look quite good. It was just kind of unfortunate that it was shut down by a huge pulse bomb and then by Time Bank. So we will have to see what they want to do here as we get a lovely view of the London smokestacks.
Yeah, and the cash register,
Well, there's a
the
photo of
very
Tracer on that newspaper.
that is very true. My favorite hero.
No bias here for Tracers. Is listen. I'm gonna level with you, Toy Spit. Do it. Run the J
Do it.
silly. Endear yourself to the viewers.
Run the
Become
Junkrat. I'm very
become
excited
the
to see
fanfic.
this Junkrat. I'm
Terminal
very
Rising, making no swaps from what they ran. It's the same dive, and why would they swap it with how that point went?
Yeah, I'm very excited to see how they play into this Junkrat bastion though.
Well, of
Um
course, assuming they keep it. Teams have baited us before, but UWO Kittens does not seem to be baiters. They are not one with the
Yeah,
bait, if you will.
yeah, with just a couple seconds remaining, I'm not seeing that swap. I think we're running out on the J Silly.
I'm excited to see this happen.
I am so excited. Looks like excuse me, the Junkrat's gonna be pushing
Ooh,
for this flank here. Very
some
interesting
good
play.
damage in, but the engage goes away from them, and Moonlights finds two, and yeah, it's kind of the same story we saw in Ilios. But I do like that, UWM Kittens hasn't given up. They are still, making plans and saying, okay, well, let's try this, let's try that, let's, see if maybe we can catch them off guard with this. This is a team that clearly knows what their objectives are and knows how to take the rotations for them, and I think that's gonna serve them quite well going forward, not just in this series.
Yeah, and with the closest all on Kittens being that Diva Bomb, I'm I this is gonna
It
be
feels, it
such a
feels. I mean, Andromeda Rising doesn't have any ultimates either, so of course it is not impossible that this fight goes the way of Ken's Bastion form. Popped early, been a little bit of a struggle getting that Bastion form on the time they might like it, as the mech comes back through now. C-Bomb getting so low, can't be kept up. Moonlights finds a trap. Can they catch out this Tracer? Not quite. No one in position to do it, as the French Dino is dashing, slashing, and cleaning up Kittens.
yeah. These shurikens are so accurate, and we're gonna be seeing the Symmetra swap, which is
Okay.
very
I like it.
interesting.
Oh no, this poor diva. They're so badly staggered. I do like the symmetry swap though. It's a big threat that this Genji as a French Dino has to be aware of. It's a huge damage threat to this Winston as well. So, like we said, that this team is clearly willing to try things and to like keep moving the pieces around and try to find that winning position. They are not giving up, even the but it's gonna be a tough fight. Andromeda Rising has 5 ultimates, and that's another 2K kills
Oh
from Moonlights through the
no.
teleporter.
Yeah, I'm I can't wait to see how they use this Bastional. Have they even gotten the
I don't
first
think they
ult?
have. I don't think Death Spell's been able to build a Bastion ult so far this series, let alone this map.
Yeah, I'm wondering how they're gonna use this with only a minute left.
And I wonder if
Um,
you just hold it as Bastion form forces at the deep flank. It feels like that was used a bit early as Andromeda Rising are just able to hang out on their high grounds. Beat drops. As they take the TP. Good read on when Adrian's gonna want to die. The Primal Rage is pop, tossing people everywhere, but kind of just tosses them under the point. Kitsune Rush, Blade, Coalescence, everything being popped. The self-destruct is thrown up into the sky. This Dragon Blade finds nothing, and Adrian dies to the self-destruct. The the beat is dropped as Death's Pup will also fall, but this is the best opening UWM Kins has seen so far. Can't quite keep Toy Spin alive though, and that was their big damage threat. Able to pick up Ana, and the Pulse Bomb goes wide. Still a lot of potential here with a full HP Diva and this Moira. The Genji will go down. Reinforcements much quicker for Andromeda Rising as the Bastion arrives, and Kittens very much looking like they're going to take this if they keep their cards tight. They lose the Bastion. They need to catch someone else. Moonlights and Arietta are both so low. But it's Toy Spin who falls, unfortunately. Can they pressure someone off at least for a tick? Not quite.
not
Unfortunately, a great final effort from UWM Kittens unfortunately comes up empty, but like I've been saying, like they've been improving very steadily. You can see it, like fight
yeah.
by fight. You can see this improvement.
Yeah, I like what Cairns has done this point despite not being able to cap it. I'm very excited to see how they play this defense um against what I'm going to presume is a dive.
Yeah. Of course, if you're in the UWM Kins chat right now, you're drawable. It's drawable. We believe in our teams no matter how bleak it looks. So Let's get some drawables in chat. Let's get some support for this UWM Kids squad, and let's see if they can make this hold happen.
Yeah, I think they can do it. I think they have a lot of potential to do it. It
I would
looks
agree. I think there is definitely a world where they can make this happen.
looks like we're gonna be seeing that signature Widow from Andromeda Rising Moonlights.
Yeah.
Where we're seeing a much different uh comp, excuse me, from Kittens with that Ramatra, Ash, Sim, Mercia, and Juno, excuse me. Um,
Kind of a very poke-centric comp with some concessions to the anti-dive, especially in that Symmetra, with that TP can get you out of some tight spots when you're dived on. And of course the Sim Beam is a huge threat to dive tanks.
yeah, I'm very excited to see how they play this defense here.
Yeah. First shot goes out from Moonlights, doesn't find anyone, and they will. Oh no, Death's Pup caught just a foot too far, and the French Dino will punish that. Leslie falls, and unfortunately, that's all it takes. One mistake against a squad like Andromeda Rising, they will punish. And a valiant effort from UWM Kittens, and kind of an unfortunate result on their defense that really doesn't tell the story of how much they improved on this map. And they might have fallen 2-0, but I look forward to seeing them again, if not in this Rising series, then in a future one.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see Kittens grow and improve as time goes on. I think they have a lot of potential as a team.
Yeah, I and this is sometimes the case, especially with the second teams, as UWM Kittens is the second team to UWM Cats, but these teams we've seen struggle before with like the likes of Crimdra Whelp. So even then, Crimdra Whelps, we consistently saw them improve, and they're not in this tournament, unfortunately, but I think we could see a very similar arc from UWM Kittens in the case of we see them improve, and maybe some of their players get picked up for that Cat squad.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see how these two rosters grow and improve throughout not only this tournament but future tournaments.
Absolutely. Well, that is it for match two. We might be going to a bit of an extended break as we are probably one of the first matches to finish, but we will get you match three just as soon as we can.
Destiny beckons us toward our destination.
All right, everyone. Sorry for the extended break. Unfortunately, Mochi decided they had to play another three-map Gigabanger. Unfortunately, we didn't catch it on broadcast this time, but we are now back with greater than colon 3. Team we know pretty well, but has never has struggled to crack into that upper part of the standings versus EX and Sabers, who is a new team to our Rising series. You know, I'm very excited to see how this plays out.
So am I. Greater than colon 3, I think, has a very strong roster, as we're about to see any minute now. In fact, here we go with
Hayuka on the tank, Sakurai and Toxtricity making up the DPS line, and I'm having trouble with the feed, so I can't actually see the supports' names. Oh no,
it's
Queenie and
and
Vengeful on the
Vengeful.
supports.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go. I mean, outside of Sakurai on the Mercy, this is a pretty reasonable, like, kind of multi-way comp, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I can definitely see some really good pokey dive, excuse me, coming in here with between that Pharah and that Queen with the excuse me, with the Ana playing in the back line, healing your team from a distance, where that Moira can join in on the dive.
Yeah, I mean, but they're gonna go up against EX and Sabers, who I think once we get you the team sheet, you're gonna be excited for these guys. Yeah, Zedhair Yokai. They did not provide us with a pronunciation, or she did not provide us with a pronunciation. On the setting up on this wrecking ball, you've got Kat or Razi on the Widowmaker, Julia. That's not a DPS, now is it, Julia? I'll look
Yeah,
past it.
that's a very funny looking DPS.
And then we got Handog and Sky or Chrissy making up the support line. I want to see this Wrecking Ball. Please play this Wrecking Ball Zedhair Yokai.
Yeah, I really want to see this Wrecking Ball as a Wrecking Ball enthusiast. In yourself, Zoe. I'm very excited to see this Wrecking Ball from Yokai.
Someone in chat has mentioned that EXN stands for extensions. This team's Extension Sabers. What is the extension? Not sure, but what I am sure of is we're about to go into Oasis.
I see. A very interesting map pick. And it looks...
I think this is like set.
Yeah. My feed end is having some technical difficulties,
Oh
but
dear. Well, we will be on, I believe this is City Center first, you know, the one with the jump pads. Everyone loves the jump pads, but we'll have to see what these teams are interested in running out as we get a good look at that sky bus. I love those sky buses and the big waterfall that all the cars drive through.
yeah,
Early selections are showing a very traditional defensive dive from GC3, as as their support actually goes over to Lifeweaver. I don't believe you, I'm afraid. And on the other side, we see another very classic Brawl comp running the Juno instead of the Ana. That sim is probably just for a TP out of spawn, but I suppose we'll have to find out.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, see, we see a very typical dive and counter dive here, with a nice TP out.
It's interesting. Usually I feel like I would expect the counter dive to be running the Diva and the dive to be running the Winston, but that's not what we have here. Either way, these teams going to be squaring off. Sabers gets to the high ground first, but they now have to defend it. GC3 coming up in force. The Reaper is forced down, takes a lot of damage. Now GC3 are down, looking up, and Madoka is the first one to fall. Not a great start, but still incredible. You have a lot of damage from this Reaper, and that's a big anti-nade. Onto 2. Starting to clear out the high ground of Sabers, but they pick up Taniopagia, and it looks like it's probably going to be a retreat for GC3.
Yeah, a very rough start to this map for greater than colon 3. With not a lot of ults coming. The closest ult from any of these players, excuse me, being that pulse bomb from the Tracer.
Not super common to have ults after first fight, but it can happen, especially if you get a prolonged dive engagement. Here goes the bio nade, though. It looks like Yusa got booped a little bit too far, and that's unfortunately going to cost Maria Bunny their life. GC3 now kind of stuck on this low ground as Julie is spraying away in this tank. Tenio Pagio will actually become the target. They're able to pick up this Diva mech, so maybe there's still something here, but I don't think Julie's interested in giving them a chance.
Excuse me. Looks like we're gonna be coming up on Primal, perhaps in the next fight, as well as support ults for greater than colon.
That's a big catch for Mario Bunny. They can go now, and they are going now. There's no tank available for EXN Sabres. It will be Julie contesting the point. They do have this pulse bomb in their back pocket. I love the skin that Mario Bunny is using, although I'm not sure what it is. EXN Sabres weren't playing very safe, but then Julie goes in to contest the point and eats a full Reaper shot to the face. Tenio Pagio able to pick up the Brig on the other side as trades go early. The torpedoes from Chrissy catch Mario Bunny, but I think this is still GC3's fight.
Yeah, I think this is very heavily favored towards GG3 so far.
Ooh, hang on, the re-engage from Sabres is good. They catch both backliners. Tenio Pagio only spawning now, and the point flips. 25% is GC3's reward. Not a bad little payout for a fight they didn't spend any ults in, and EXN Sabres did. I think they would have liked to hold on to that a bit longer if they could have.
I think they would have, yeah. We have this nano boost, and there we go, nano monkey in.
And the whip shot hits, knocked down. Tenio Pagio caught by those torpedoes from the Juno. The pulse bomb goes wide, but Madoka can't evade it on the floor. Primal Rage is cropped by Hayuka. They don't have time to mess around here, but Julie on an absolute rampage.
Yeah, the Diva Bomb comes in, but I don't think they get the touch here.
No.
Which is unfortunate. The first map going to Saber here. Greater than colon 3, I think has a lot of potential to get this map though. With if they continue to try and run this dive here, I can speak. The dive, I think they could possibly swap the Reaper out for a Tracer, and this will be a lot easier for them. Excuse me, but
Looks like Mara Bunny does want to keep the Reaper though, and here we go onto Gardens. No swaps from either side, in fact, as Julie does go back to that Tracer. They were frying on that, but team's going to square off of this high ground. EXN Sabres with that TP does get there first, and it's on GC to engage. There goes the jump. Knocked into the air by the whip shot. The coach gun sends them further back. All their armor is shredded, and now it's just Mara Bunny all alone up here, forced to fade back, and Julie finds Madoka in the back line. His health bar is so low for GC3. No one can stabilize Queenie, and looks like Julie is not done just yet.
Yeah, Mara is just staggering here though. Not even trying to die on point, which is very unfortunate. Which is gonna cause TG3 to have to wait a lot longer to get a full fight here.
Yeah, not exactly how you would have drawn it up if you were the GC3 coach, but Tenio Pagio did get a decent amount of trust towards that nano boost first. Ultimately, you can see they're going to be the self-destruct for the pulse bomb for Sabres. The dive is through, low health bars for Sir Mandu, and they're able to get Mara Bunny and Queenie again. This counter dive has been so devastating.
Yeah, this counter dive is being played so well by Sabres. And if I was greater than colon 3, I would probably again swap up this comp. We do see some swaps from Queenie to the Lucio, possibly to help with that dive more.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that plays out as the dive goes in once again. They've done a good job of getting going quickly, and now they've finally got EX and Sabers right where they want them. They're chasing them down this hallway. A lot of damage onto Hayuka, though. Their armor's shredded. They don't quite have this primal yet. They need this primal. They want this primal. The rally is now rolling for EX and Sabers, and it will take out Mara Bunny. The primal's online, but I think they're just going to let this go. Down 3. Oh,
Yeah.
no, they popped the primal. Oh, that's
Oh.
ambitious.
I mean, if they can get value out of it, I don't see a problem with it, but I don't even know if they touch now.
There's a Death Blossom online. They should be able to find this touch from one of them, but Hayuka is so low, and there's an orbital ray rolling through from the EX and Sabers. Nothing left for Hayuka. The Blossom will not be built, and that's it. Round 1 to EX and Sabers.
Yeah,
Sorry, excuse me.
yeah, very unfortunate round from TGG. They just, I really, I would have liked to see the swap from the Reaper to like a Tracer, a Genji, something like that. If they're comfortable on the pick to better help with that dive, because as strong as Reaper dive was at one point in the meta, I wouldn't say it's as strong as it was in current day.
Yeah, it has its places, but I don't know if that map was it. We'll have to see how GCT wants to play this. As we have actually new news, which is losing team picks map and mode, so we don't know where we're going just yet.
Yeah, we could see Watchpoint Gibraltar if they want to keep this dive going. We could see if they wanted Brawl, some King's Row, or maybe we get some Clash.
We'll have to see.
Yeah, up to greater than :3 to make this map choice.
Yep, and we're kind of just I mean that wasn't a very close map, but you could see that GC3 knew what they wanted to do. They knew how they wanted to execute this dive, and it will eventually go somewhere for them. They just need to kind of. I think they're going a little too fast, honestly. They're rushing themselves, and they're not quite getting set for the dives in the way they'd want.
It looks like we just got news that we are going to push on Esperanza.
Ooh. So perhaps still looking to keep that dive running is GC3.
Yeah, possibly. It's also possible that you could see some kind of like hybrid comp between like a Junker Queen with Tracer Genji and like a backline like that, or a DPS line, excuse me, like that.
Yeah, we will have to see what these teams want to roll out on. I think EX and Sabers are probably going to keep running this dive. It worked very well from them, and because it's the comp they rolled out on, we can only assume it's what they're looking for the rest of the series. But yeah, if you're GC3, do you continue trying this dive? I mean, you're clearly practiced on it, and you know what you want to do. But on the other hand, you did kind of get pretty heavily steamrolled by Sabers. So, do you mix it up here? Do you just go for it? What would you? What do you think their plan is? If I can say words.
I don't have any idea what they might have in mind. They might try some kind of Junker Queen comp, because as we know in Accelerando, Junker Queen works very well here as well, not just dive.
Yeah, I mean, this is really the most flexible map. People pick it for dive because it's better for dive than Runa Sapi, but there is no reason you can't uh,
Roll out on.
roll out on Rush. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what these teams run out on. Um, I would like to see, you know, some kind of rush, some kind of brawl, or some kind of something else like that, even.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, we know GC3, they've been around the Rising series for quite some time, and we've seen them run a variety of comps, you know, both as casters, as viewers, and when we've played against them on Accelerando. They are a versatile team, and they know how to play these comps, and you know, you can't overlook them. Even if they are haven't yet made their way towards the top of the power rankings, they are a credible threat that will punish you if you take them too lightly.
yeah, I definitely agree with that. I cannot wait to see what they try and run here. Um, it looks like, look at that. We have a wrecking ball from Zachary K
Oh.
and the diva from Greater Than Colon 3 on excuse me. Um, correct me if I say this wrong. Hakura?
Um, yeah, I'm excited to see this wrecking ball. I said I wanted to see this wrecking ball, and we are getting this wrecking ball. Yeah, as you say, hi, and now you've got me questioning how to pronounce it. And so I'm gonna reference my little cheat, Hyuka. Back on this diva, so no swaps for GC3, but they don't really have anyone to contain this ball. The biggest threat is Queenie on this Brig, and once that whip shot's expended, they can't do much. Very good initial dive here, and it will be the Jiro to fall. Very limited healing now. They're trying to press Chrissy, and they will pick them up. Trades going back and forth. The EXN Saber starting to get a big advantage. If GC3 can get this break, they might have a chance, but they cannot, and they will be forced to back up.
Yeah, really unfortunate. Losing that Reaper on the retreat while trying to get out there, and then the mech as well, and they're continuing to chase this.
I mean, this is the
Very
power of the wrecking
unfortunate.
ball. Like, there is no way to escape. Even if you're just trying to retreat and stagger, the wrecking ball can chase you and will chase you if they want to. But ultimately, not able to pick up Hyuka. The peel is good enough, and Teniopegia, 42%, well ahead of Chrissy towards this orbital ray. And that could be a big advantage, but the EXN Sabers get this point, and they're looking at a minefield very soon. Pile Driver comes in. Queenie now over to this Ana, but this Reaper is struggling to find value. Who do you chase as this Reaper? There's not really a good option.
Yeah, I really don't like the Reaper pick here personally. I'm biased as a Tracer player, but I would probably be playing some kind of Tracer or Genji. You could potentially run even a Cass if you think you can't, or not a Cass, a Sombra, but you know, I think that's a little bit iffy. We do have this pulse bomb, this minefield, and we see the minefield come out actually.
You know, creating a lot of space, separating this team. Greater Than Cold 3's backline is very heavily separated from their front line, and that's going to cost us Mario their life, and then two people. I mean, I can't say that wasn't intentional. It did kind of look like they wanted to reset, but now it's kind of left Hyuka in a tough spot. They have to use the self-destruct to try to avoid being staggered, and it doesn't work.
Yeah,
Blade and Spawn, EXN Sabers just wants to end this, but Rozzy a little more aggressive there, does pay for that with their life, and Mara Bunny, if they can do anything, they can lock down this point. There's not a ton on EXN Sabers that can shift them if they just sit on this point, at least not quickly. But starting to walk away, another nice Bionade from Queenie comes through, DPS falling low, trades coming through, favoring Sabers as they pick up the entire DPS line. Teniopegia will let this orbital ray go. Oh, both orbital rays actually be fired off as they both kind of pass like ships in the night. Nothing goes down except Teniopegia. Queenie is wrecking ball has already built another minefield and might let it go. They are in a big advantage situation. Hayuka loses them next to the pile driver. There's a death blossom from Mario Bunny, but that won't keep you alive against the Wrecking Ball. That's what really followed over returning Rozzy. Now it's just Queenie on this Kiriko. The rally pop, the mines pop up to the Juno down, and that will be it. EX and Sabres take the series with a full cap.
Yeah, a very, very unfortunate series of events for Greater Than Colon 3, but I really, despite what we saw here, I think they still have potential as a team. I really want to see them go far in this tournament. I think they can. I think they have a lot of good players, and they commit a lot to, they know what they want to run, and they're committed to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, unfortunately, not the most competitive match to go out on, but nevertheless, we are done here for today with the Risingcord broadcast. We will, of course, be back tomorrow starting at the same time. Shout out to our producer Echo and Mochi and Orange. The Observers, you can find me on Twitter at CastZooey. Where can they find you, Maddie?
You can find me over on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, over at rplayermaddie. I also have my Twitch over at ReadyPlayerMaddie _, and a couple other social medias, but you'll find most of my links in my link tree, which is in my
In your Twitter.
In my Twitch bio, yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, that is it from us here tonight. Everyone, have a good day, and good luck in comp. Or your games. Maybe you're a quick play warrior.
Yeah, good luck, everyone.